Good morning and welcome to Sandown. You're watching SGTV and we're here for the ELEX 2019 show. Let's go and have a look to see what Scolmore have got to offer. As I said outside, let's see what Scolmore have got to offer. Here we are on the ESP stand and we're going to be talking about the IP CCTV. And this is Neil who's going to tell us all about it.
Well, Bill, IP CCTV, as it says, 5 megapixel and 2 megapixel kits. Megapixel is all to do with the picture quality. So it both records and plays back in. 5 megapixel higher means it's a better quality, better digital zoom when you're trying to look at a number plate or facial recognition. 2 megapixel for a more commercial domestic. So it's still a very good quality picture, but it's just slightly more competitive in price for that smaller domestic market.
So you can actually zoom in on the picture and get sharp images.
Yeah, when you set up with the monitor, you can zoom in via the monitor to have a look at whether it's down a long drive or at the end of a car park to see, like I say, number plates, facial recognition.
Again, this is all about security.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's ease of wiring. It's using either a Cat 5 or a Cat 6 cable. And it's just
What's a Cat 5, Cat 6 cable?
like data cable, telephone cable, that type of thing. It's just a lot easier. Old systems, old analog systems used to use 2 cables, one for power, one for data. This is just powers over the Ethernet, PoE, and it produces a power from the DVR for each camera. So it's a lot easier way of wiring it, a lot simpler, a lot quicker, but a lot better quality as well.
It's less messy as well, isn't it?
Less messy for the installer, yeah. You only got one cable coming in and out.
Oh, that's brilliant, that's brilliant. Thank you, Neil. Another part of Scolmore is Unicrimp. And here we have our own thriller, Michael Jackson, who's going to tell us more about our product.
Right, Billy? Well, at the moment now, the big thing of the hot topics is all about the fire-rated clips and where they're compliant, where they're not.
When you say fire, what do we do? How do we use them?
Well, what they're saying now is to prevent early collapse of cables, you should have, for any surface-mounted clips, a metal fixing or for fixing the cables to the wall. Some electricians are under the influence that the plastic clip is non-compliant. It is absolutely compliant if it's within the fabric of the building. So behind plasterboard, above plaster ceiling, it's in the fabric of the building. The old traditional nailing clip is totally compliant. If it's surface mounted, it's totally different. So you would put trunking on a wall, where that you would use a little trunking clip inside a 25mm trunking. If it's a larger loom, you could actually use a stainless steel tie within the same clip for larger looms.
So what you're saying, the cables run in here?
Yep.
And if there's more cables, you can actually close it down by using this cable tie?
A stainless steel tie, that's going to prevent early collapse. If you just have that clip inside the trunking, it folds over inside the trunking and obviously it stops premature collapse of the cable.
Is this every clip or do you have to every so distance?
Every third or fourth clip.
So there's a distance,
There is
you
a
can put
distance.
a metal one in.
What you don't want is the cable coming away from the wall. So every third or fourth clip. Of course, you could always use the likes of these, the P clips and saddle clips. We do them in white, black, brown, red. So that also allows you to stop early collapse of the cables.
This is when like firemen go into a fire and cables that haven't got the fireproofing holding,
Yes.
where the cables drop and it starts dropping on the fireman. It's for the safety, massive safety.
That's exactly what it's for, and I think in the past some firemen have been injured or killed, so they have to change the regs for that reason. We're keeping up with those regs.
So this is what, the 18th edition?
It is in the 18th edition now, yeah. Obviously, if you come to see us on the stand, we're giving some product away for people to try. We're a newish brand within the Scolmore Group, and we're trying to encourage people to trust our brand. We have the Scolmore backing behind us, so obviously quality is king.
Well, this is new to me for the Scolmore Group. This is OVIA. And we've got Mike Collins going to tell us all about their lighting system.
We're actually not a new business. We've actually been trading in lighting as a Scolmore Group for over 25 years. Back into sort of 1994 when they first released the downlighter. Scolmore were one of the first companies to produce the flame guard as well for the fire rating. So quite a lot of experience in the lighting already.
I'm just looking at these fluorescent lights. Isn't that a bit old-fashioned?
No, not really. There's two options really. You can look at this in terms of two different marketplaces. So we have where you've got the LED tape, which has a box kit of up to 5 meters. You can actually utilise these in wardrobes and cabinets, and a lot of people still use this traditional lighting because obviously they vary in the sizes and the lengths required. So they go from sort of 215 right up to 1115.
I like the way they can click into each other. How many can you actually click?
Yep, so you can link up
Together.
to about 24 fittings together. And then basically we can have a warm white and a cool white, so you can actually change the master. So if we change that one to where it is there, you can change on the colour switch.
What I like about that, you don't have to take anything out, you
Nope.
can change it on the switch.
No, they've also got all integral driver, so you haven't got any drivers anywhere else for the LED
You've got no
strip.
drivers beyond there, the
No
driver's
drivers.
inside the thing.
The driver is built inside that
Because
luminaire.
that is the biggest curse, trying to find out where you can put the driver.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, with the tape, you've got a driver somewhere else, so that's
Exactly.
another market for that, where you've got the two
Well,
separate
usually
things.
the driver's on top of the cabinet
Yeah.
or underneath.
Always
But
a place you can't access.
Exactly, but that is a great idea, and
Yeah.
the way you can interlink them.
Yeah.
And if you want any subtle lighting, they're perfect, especially in
Absolutely.
the wardrobe, or as you say, under the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
What else catches your eye? Well, I'm looking at this. This looks like a monster.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So we call this obviously where we got the existing nano type of fitting there for domestic downlighting. This is your commercial offer, Billy. So this is basically called our Iona, and this is an Inceptor product. So when we say Inceptor now, what we're using is the brand name of Inceptor, where it will be a premium product. And that might integrate a flow connector or high warranty or some decent USPs against what's currently in the marketplace. What we have on here is a colour changing option as well. So if we see it on this one there, so you've got 3 different colour temperature variants in there. And also, this is only the downlighters on the market that you can utilise the click flow system.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can just plug in your mains input, plug in your emergency and plug in your dimming pair should you need to do that. All the contractor needs to do then is simply wire the flow connector, plug it straight into the luminaire.
It looks amazing. And how big do they go? Or are they the biggest size?
We've got 2 variants, that's a good question. So we do a 20 watt and a 30 watt, and they come in a 190 diameter and a 230 diameter.
It's amazing. Everything now is LED,
Yeah.
which is is saving sufficient
energy,
money and
yeah.
everything. Even on these big lights, we can now get a great output
Yeah.
over warehouses, over anything.
Absolutely.
But now the one I'm interested in is these floodlights.
Yep, we do. So we do a range of 10 watt to 50 watt, with and without PIR, in white and black, and in 3000 and 4000. Then the one
When
that
he
you're
says
really interested
3,000, 4,000, what do you mean?
basically 3000 warm white, 4000 cool
You're
white.
talking about Kelvins.
Kelvins, yeah, 4000 Kelvins, yeah.
That is the colour. What we're talking about lighting, we're talking about the colour.
The colour
You've got
temperature.
daylight, you've got tungsten, and you've got warm white.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what you really like, Billy, is these ones. This is actually our 100 watt offering. So we do a 100 watt, a 150, a 200, and a 300, with and without the photocell. And obviously a photocell being dusk till dawn.
Well, the thing is, I do walk in football, and
Okay.
we're going to do an evening one, and we need some floodlights.
We'll
So
certainly
I
look
know
after
where
you.
to come, Michael.
We'll look after you, Billy.
God bless you. We're on SGTV. I've heard about quidpro switch that lights up. Can you explain more about it?
So the Grid Pro illuminated switches is a traditional grid system which we've not had before, but now we do a 20-amp grid module, and it's still in keeping with the mini grid. Doesn't need a yoke, so it screws straight to the plate. What we do as well is now an illuminated switch, which around the actual grid, around this switch.
Like something we got here.
Absolutely perfect. It's so as you can see, it emanates a light blue glow around the switch, and you can either have that as a locator module or an
And
indicator module.
whereabouts would you actually put these in? Where was the best position to put these switches?
So it's ideal for things like care homes where you have assisted living, so people can have a light so they can locate their switch, or if you had it on a garage switch or a loft light so you can see when the light's actually on. I've actually put one in my little boy's room as a night light effectively, so when the light's off he's got a little glow light, and that just fitted into the standard grid switch I already had on the wall.
So there's nothing new, you don't have to have a deeper back box or
No,
anything, it's just
a
a glow
standard
switch.
20 amp module, and again you can laser etch it to right on the switch what it is effectively.
Well, I think that's amazing because you do come into a dark hallway and you think, oh, you know, where's the switch? Now you'll be able to see it.
Absolutely.
I think-
So potentially for hotels, for an energy saving idea, if you wanted to turn the lights off, you could have an indicating switch on both sides.
We were talking about our new pushfit flows.
Yeah,
Click
absolutely.
flows.
So probably a lot of people when they click is what they know is for. The flow connectors now brought out these fantastic ones where instead of screw terminals, you've got pushfit terminals, so it just cuts the install time in half effectively.
And I know you can't hear it, but you can see it. That is a solid click there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a wide paddle as well, so after a few installs, your fingers aren't going to start bleeding. It's,
Now, does this take flex and single cables, or is it just single cables?
yeah, so that'll take flex or stranded cable up to 2.5 mil. You've got your standard or your loop in.
And what are they rated at?
All rated at 20 amps.
Yeah. And the nicest thing I found, that you can actually
If you push it on the side, it pops
just
out
like
like
that. See, it's easy as that. You can put your connections in and you actually got them in your hands. Before, you're up in the ceiling trying to sort it. Once you've done your connection, it just simply squeezes back in. Well, what a great day we've had here at Sandown, the Elex Trade Show 2019. If you want to find out more about the Scolmore Group, look at the SGTV and hit the red button.